Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here and of this little community here on YouTube. And if you're new to the channel, hello, I hope you're doing well. My name is Nicholas and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, crystals and their magical properties, and all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. And if you're interested in those types of things, you know what to do. Please join this amazing community, subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified each time I post a video. Now today is a very different subject. I'm going to be working with Goddess Hecate, but as the title and thumbnail suggests, this reading is to help people with addiction. Now many people find spirituality through trauma. You know, many people find spirituality through trauma, through difficult times. They find spirituality. As a psychic reader, I've done readings for lots of different people, and the readings I do have been in person. And sometimes when I do readings for people, that's what comes up. With the client had a previous addiction, but they've done the work they had to do to heal from that. And some clients, they have it right now in the present moment in their life. Right now, they've got an addiction. Now, I don't judge people because I've got no right to judge anyone. Only the universe can judge, and the universe doesn't really judge. The universe is very understanding and supportive. And Goddess Hecate sort of brought these people into my life who have got issues or problems to help them, to give them guidance as well. So I'm just going to see what messages Goddess Hecate's got for those who have got addiction. And again, you could be watching this channel, this could be the first time you're here, and maybe you've got an addiction, and this may help you, or if you've got a good friend who's struggling with addiction or family, share this video with them as well. And again, so I'm just going to be working with Goddess Hecate's energy and see what messages she's got, and I feel very called to make this video as well. And again, this is just one of many videos. There are many other beautiful videos I have with Goddess Hecate, so if this isn't your bag, if this video doesn't it's not your bag, there are many other beautiful videos on the channel as well. You can watch. If this type of content or this type of video is not your cup of tea, you don't have to watch it. There are many others, but if you have a family member, a friend, or you as an individual watching this, or you do have an addiction, then this video is for you, to help you and give you guidance as well. Okay. So the first card what Goddess Hecate has given me is the Knight of Cups. So a lot of people, a lot of you who have addiction, is what Goddess Hecate is saying, is you don't feel emotionally fulfilled. There's an emptiness in you. There's a void, an emptiness. You don't feel emotionally fulfilled. Maybe you're very good at giving your friends, family members advice, but you're not necessarily good at giving yourself advice, believing yourself, and your emotional cup isn't very full. So part of healing from the addiction, Goddess Hecate is saying, it's about sort of filling your emotional cup up, filling yourself up, honouring your feelings and emotions, and learning to love and respect yourself. That's part of healing from an addiction as well. Learning to fill up your emotional cup, learning to believe in yourself as well. And then the Queen of Wands, it's honouring your passion. You've got to have a desire to change your life. So Goddess Hecate is saying the addiction is strong. What you've got, the addiction is very strong, and part of the addiction, part of healing from it, is filling up your emotional cup. But with Queen of Wands, this is like, it takes willpower. You've really got to have a desire to change your life and to get off that addiction, whatever it may be. You've really got to have that desire to change it, and it's got to be like a bright fire which shines bright in you. So you've got to have that determination, and you've got to have the desire to change. And that's what she's saying, because if you don't have the desire, if your desire to change your life and your willpower is not strong enough, then it won't as well. And then with Nine of Pentacles, and Hecate's showing me like this is the Nine of Pentacles. This being symbolises like happiness, joy, peace of mind. But as it's reversed, this symbolises when you've got an addiction, you don't have peace of mind, you don't have comfort, and you know your money is a struggle as well, because you're not, you know, you can't enjoy the present moment, and you don't have peace of mind because the addiction is your master, it's your chain as well. So it's about, you know, learning to heal, finding balance and stability in your life as well. And that's what I'm feeling, it's learning to so with Nine of Pentacles, it's like when you've got the addiction, you don't have peace of mind, you don't have clarity, and your life's quite chaotic. So it's about finding that order, that structure and balance again. Great Mother, Friend and Teacher, what other messages do you have, Great Goddess Hecate, for people who have addictions or are struggling with addiction? So, Goddess Hecate is given the High Priestess. So, with the High Priestess, I feel Goddess Hecate is saying it's confronting your demons. It's doing deep shadow work with the High Priestess. It's going into why do you have the addiction? And the addiction starts out as choice, but then it takes over. So, it's doing deep journaling, deep reflection with the High Priestess. Really listening to your inner compass, letting that guide you. But also, it's about learning and growing. You know, so it's about learning about where's this addiction came from, why do you have it, and learning and growing and really rediscovering yourself, because that's what Goddess Hecate says. A lot of people fall into addiction because they don't love and respect themselves and their cup is not emotionally fulfilled. So it's about learning about yourself, rediscovering yourself and receiving the knowledge. And then with Three of Wands, you need to plan ahead your future, because you really need to look at what type of future are you going to have. So I feel with the High Priestess, Goddess Hecate is saying it's about reflecting, how has this addiction ruined your life, how has it affected you, and what is triggering you to keep doing this addiction. So it's learning about yourself, it's discovering yourself as well. And then with the Three of Wands, this is planning ahead for the future. So Hecate is saying it's important to enjoy the present moment, but what is your future going to be like, you know, if you keep doing this addiction? And that's the question you've really got to ask yourself. Where are you heading and where are you going to go if you keep doing this addiction? Because where you're going to be heading and where you're going to be going is not a good place. And then, as well, now, Goddess Hecate is also giving me the Death card. This does not indicate a physical death. That's not what Goddess Hecate is saying. It's, you have to let that addiction die. You have to let it die. You know, the part of you that is addicted to that substance, that give that part of you love and acceptance, but let that part of you die. And what I love about this card is what you can see. You can see the little caterpillar, and then on the other side is the butterfly. So it's more about transformation, and that's what Goddess Hecate is saying. Like, your life will never change if you keep doing this addiction. You won't have a brighter future. You won't achieve your dreams and goals, because that substance is your master and it's ruling every aspect of your life. You're not able to enjoy the present moment. You're not able to just be in the moment as well. It's really what Goddess Hecate is saying. So you have to let go of that. And then she's giving me the Lovers. So I'm feeling with the Lovers, it's being, you know, giving yourself love, but also giving yourself love is going to help with this addiction you've got, giving yourself love, but also meeting people, you know, talking to people you love, who support you, and also, you know, getting the help you need, as well as what I'm feeling. And also you've got to have this, the Lovers is also about desire, so you've got to have this real strong desire to change your life, to get off that type of substance or stuff as well. And then with Six of Cups, it's about reflecting. You've got to do deep shadow work, like where's this emptiness coming from? Why do you hate yourself? What negative thoughts and beliefs have you got that are keeping you doing this substance? So it's doing that deep reflection, reflecting on your fears, your insecurities as well. And I'm getting a wheel, so it's like Hecate's saying break the wheel, so break the cycle. And that's what breaking an addiction is, it's breaking the cycle. And maybe the fear there is, who would you be without the addiction? And you would be much better off without it, but you may have a fear, but you wouldn't be better off without it, and that keeps you doing it. So with the Six of Cups, it's reflecting on your fears, facing your fears, and facing, forward, doing the deep work. And then the Ace of Wands, getting off an addiction is a new chapter, and that's what Goddess Hecate is saying. It's like the old version of you that's addicted to this substance, that you have to let that die, and that's what she's on about with the Death card. And it's getting out of your comfort zone, it's beginning a new chapter, and it's also meeting mentors and teachers, like meeting doctors or therapists, getting the help you need to begin this new chapter. And you have to look at getting off addiction as a new chapter in life, a new beginning, because that's what it is as well. And I'm just going to see if Goddess Hecate's got any other messages with traditional tarot. So I've got the Magician here, okay? And this is like God's Hecate saying, you've got all the tools and resources to change your life. All the tools, resources, to bring about the changes you want in your life. And getting off addiction, it's about changing your life for the better. And it's using your tools, your inner resources to change things around. And then with Ten of Swords, maybe you've got this addiction because you've lost a lot of people you love, you've experienced a lot of trauma, a lot of betrayal. So it's healing from that, it's healing from the betrayal. And it's those who've betrayed you, understand that they're going to get their justice, they're just deserts, because you're not the only one they've betrayed. And it's learning from the betrayal, not hurting yourself because you've been betrayed, but learning from those who've betrayed you and healing from it. And it's healing from the hard times in your life, because what set you on the path of addiction is this emptiness, the betrayal, the difficulty you've been through. That's what sets a lot of people on addiction. So it's healing from that betrayal, what's happened to you. And then the Knight of Pentacles, this is like somebody who's very grounded, very stable. So it's becoming that grounded, stable person you want to be, is what Goddess Hecate is saying. But it's also allowing people who are very down to earth, very stable, to help and assist you get through your addiction and difficult time as well. And then with Temperance, this is again about learning, growing, knowing that you're never alone, because it's like an angel card, but your angels and guides are always with you, giving you signs. But at the same time, but you are supported spiritually, as Goddess Hecate is saying. But with Temperance, it's finding order, structure and balance in your life. And getting off addiction is getting your life back into a routine, getting your life back into balance as well. And then with the Justice card, it's finding that clarity in your life. Getting off addiction, it's about finding clarity, it's about finding order and structure, and being very clear about what you want as well. And then with Ace of Wands, it's a new chapter in your life, it's new beginnings, and it's victory and success. But the Ace of Wands, it's going to take a lot of your willpower. Like, you've got to have the knowledge and then the willpower to become successful, to get off this addiction. And then with the Strength card, Goddess Hecate is saying it's going to take a lot of resolve. It's going to take your resolve. You've got to use your inner resources. like use your knowledge, your willpower, what's going to get you through this, get you off this addiction. It's using your resolve, it's using your inner strength, it's taming also, like the part of you that just wants to run wild and go and get an addiction. It's taming that part of you, it's taming it as well, calming the fire, taming that part of you down, and using your inner resources to break the cycle of addiction as well. And it takes a lot of strength, takes a lot of believing in yourself, being confident as well. It's what Goddess Hecate is saying with the Strength card as well. And that's what I'm getting here from Goddess Hecate. But, the key to breaking free of addiction is filling up your emotional cup. You've got to have this willpower, this fire, this desire to change your life, this desire to get off your addiction. You've got to have this desire to find peace of mind and clarity, because when you've got an addiction, you don't have peace of mind and clarity. And then you've got to have this desire to learn about yourself and to learn to accept and love yourself as well, and to face your inner demons, to do deep journaling, deep shadow work to heal, is really what Goddess Hecate is saying. And I'm just going to see what crystal messages Goddess Hecate has got as well, because crystals, like, she's connected to everything. I call her mother, but she's connected to everything, Goddess Hecate as well. I'm also hearing be honest with yourself. So, Goddess Hecate can get crystal clear, but this is being honest with yourself. Like, the truth is, you may feel, but because you've got an addiction, you're in two worlds. There's a part of you that wants to keep doing the addiction because in the moment that addiction brings comfort. It helps with the pain and the suffering you're going through. But in the long term, it doesn't help you. It just causes you more health problems, more financial problems, more issues. So you have to get really clear, crystal clear, and you really have to have that intention. This is really what I want. I really want to get off the addiction. I really want to get off that as well. I really want to get off the addiction. You really need to be clear about that, and then with Sunstone, it's take place in the things you do. So I'm seeing someone like going to the gym, swimming, going in nature. So this is Goddess Hecate saying you need to learn to enjoy the present moment, because that's going to help you. You need to learn to enjoy the present moment. But do activities that are good for your mental, physical and emotional health, and that nourish you, and are good for your well-being. That's also going to help you if you want to break free of addiction as well. And then with Tiger's Eye, it's overcoming fear. So again, the thing that may keep making you reach for the addiction, it's like, I'm very stressed, I'm very nervous. So what, without the addiction, how am I going to calm down? How am I going to relax? And it's finding better ways to calm yourself, relax down. And it's writing down what fears you've got. And I'm seeing someone in my mind writing down with journaling. So Goddess Hecate is saying journaling is really going to help you get through the process of addiction. But it's, facing your fears as well. It's facing your fears. And then with Black Kine, it's setting boundaries with yourself. So it's learning to respect yourself. It's learning to love yourself. Setting boundaries with others, of course. But by and large, setting boundaries with yourself and sticking to them as well. Because when you make promises to yourself, it's about honouring yourself as well. And then go with the flow. So a lot of people may find addiction because they feel their life is out of control. But you are the master of your life. And that's what Goddess Hecate is saying with the Magician card But if you've got an addiction, you are the master. You've got all the tools and resources to change your life. So it's understanding you can't control the clowns or the idiots in your life, but you can control your thoughts and your actions. It's your thoughts and actions that are going to shape your reality as well. And then with hecate is ground yourself. It's finding order, structure, balance in your life, getting into a good routine, writing down your morning routine, your sort of evening routine, your night time, and sticking to that good routine. That's going to help you with if you've got an addiction, because more often than not, people, when I do readings, people have got an addiction, and their life's very chaotic. It's all over the place, but deep down in their soul, they crave balance, they crave order. So getting into a good routine, getting into some type of balance is going to be very beneficial if you've got an addiction as well. And then staying positive, like having a can-do attitude, like I can do this and I will do this, having strong willpower and knowing that better days will come, but you've got the power to make them happen, is really what Goddess Hecate is saying. And then red jasper, it's taking action. So Goddess Hecate is saying it's like, maybe you've got a sense of what you need to do with this, what you need to do, but it's doing it. Maybe you've got a sense like, what's going to help me get off this addiction? What's going to help me? Is it going to the gym? Is it swimming? Is it talking to doctors, therapists? Is it, going to AA? What type of actions can you take what are going to help you? And that's what Goddess Hecate is saying. Sitting around doing nothing is not going to help. It's taking actions, and Goddess Hecate is encouraging you to take actions that are going to break these cycles and are going to help you get through this addiction as well. And then you are worthy. So again, this is what Goddess Hecate is saying. A lot of people, they fall into addictions because they don't love themselves. Their cup is empty. They don't feel they're good enough. But Goddess Hecate is sort of saying you are good enough. You are worthy. No one thinks like you. Your soul is unique and individual as well. No one is like you as well. It's really what Goddess Hecate is saying. So it's knowing you are worthy, you're good enough, loving and believing yourself. And I'm just going to see what messages Goddess Hecate's got with the unicorn deck, because she has a connection with horses, unicorns, even dragons as well. So I'm just going to cleanse the deck and see what messages she's got for you, for those of you who may be struggling with addiction as well. So very soon what you're asking for will happen. So with this card, it's Goddess Hecate, as you take steps and actions to break the cycle, to break addiction, very soon you're going to get the end result you're looking for as well. And basically she's saying it's like going to take time to break the addiction, but it's taking each step at a time, one day at a time as well. And then we'll surprise, something very good will about to happen. So this is Goddess Hecate saying make special days for yourself, surprise yourself as well. So it's surprising yourself and make magical moments in the everyday, and that could be as simple as watching, rather than getting the addiction, yes, go to therapy, do what you feel you need to do with actions, but create magic in the everyday where you watch your favourite programme, and eat rather than have alcohol or some type of substance. She's saying surprise yourself by doing something that's like having a cup of tea or your favourite beverage, a nice cup, some nice type of foods as well. And then with water, the Goddess Hecate is saying like we're breaking addiction, like drinking more water, but she's also saying like nourishing yourself, nourishing your body, so it's like looking after yourself, nourishing your body is really what Goddess Hecate is saying, And that's what's getting off the addiction, because you're putting something in your body that's not good, that's not beneficial. So it's drinking more water to detoxify your body, eating foods that are very good and high vibrational for you. And then with happy thoughts, this is Goddess Hecate, and you've achieved things in your life in the past that have brought you happiness and joy. So focus on the good, happy times. Remember what the happy times have taught you in your life and the lessons you've learned from them. And if you've achieved something wonderful, you can achieve something wonderful again. And then with love, the answer you seek is love. And this is Goddess Hecate saying, a lot of people who fall into addiction, they've never received love. They've had a lot of abusive childhood. They've had a lot of trauma, a lot of issues. And that's what she was saying with the Ten of Swords. But she's saying the greatest love is to give love to yourself. And that's Goddess Hecate saying the best place to start is to give yourself love. You know, to know what you are loved by your spirit team. But she's also saying to give yourself love as well. And starting with the inner body, you know, eating well, nourishing yourself, thinking good and healthy thoughts as well. Now, with gratitude, this is Goddess Hecate encouraging you to, you know, create a gratitude journal where you write 3 things or 4 or 5 things you're grateful for every day, because having a gratitude practice is going to take you out of this, because a lot of people have got an addiction, and you may resonate with this, where you feel you're empty inside, you feel you're not going anywhere, you feel you've got nothing to be thankful for, and you're in this energy of lack. So focusing on what you're grateful for is going to take you out of this energy of lack as well, is what Goddess Hecate is saying. Now with family culture, this is learning about your ancestors, knowing that your ancestors are with you, and learning about your family ancestry and history may also help you heal through this difficult time in your life as well. Now, love from your parents. Some of you have got an addiction. You may have a complicated relationship with your parents. Some of you, your parents never really did love you. And it's healing from that childhood trauma. It's healing from it, because the childhood trauma you've got is the reason why you're on the path you're on right now. So it's learning to heal from that childhood trauma as well. And learning to love yourself, which is a long life journey as well. And I talk a lot about self-love on the channel. So self-love is going to help you break free of addiction. It's really what Goddess Hecate is saying, because self-love is about filling your emotional cup, really getting to know and accept yourself. And maybe you never received any love from anyone, so it's giving that love to yourself. And then Goddess Hecate is saying we all have the ability to create, so it's creating the life you want for yourself as well. And that's going to help you, you know, get off addiction, creating the life you want for yourself as well. And I'm just going to see if Goddess Hecate with this deck has got any other messages for those of you who are struggling with addiction right now. So we've got practice. So this is Goddess Hecate saying getting off an addiction, it requires a lot of practice. It could, you know, practicing going to therapy sessions, practicing sort of good habits, you know, getting into a good routine, practicing good habits, because it's good habits that are going to break you free from bad habits. And addiction starts out as a bad habit and then it becomes much more. So it's practicing good habits that's going to help you break free from addiction as well. Worth waiting for. Your patience will be rewarded. So again, this is Hecate saying getting off an addiction requires a lot of patience, a lot of work, but that hard work will be rewarded as well. And I'm also seeing like a seed grow. So this is Goddess Hecate getting off an addiction. It's like a seed growing. It takes time for that seed to grow, and you have to nourish it, give it enough water, just enough water, making sure it's getting enough sunlight. And as you do the work for you, you're going to grow, and you'll reap the rewards of your hard work. Is really what Goddess Hecate is saying here. And then believe in yourself. So a big part of getting off the addiction is having a can-do attitude, like I can do this, I can break these chains, and it's believing in yourself as well. And then the message is see yourself doing well and you will, which goes into manifestation as well. So that's really what God's Hecate is saying. It's seeing yourself and believing what you can do this and believing yourself. Hello and goodbye. You will soon see that the changes what you're making things better. So again, it's about making changes that are beneficial for you. When you've got an addiction, it's making changes that are beneficial to you and saying goodbye to the things that might have brought you temporary joy, but letting go of the things that are not beneficial or good for you. So it's something letting go of things, saying goodbye to things that are not good for you. Be that alcohol, be that substance, whatever the addiction may be, what's ruining your life, because an addiction is a chain in your mind, it's a chain in your heart, your physical body. So it's making the changes for you that are beneficial as well, is really what Goddess Hecate is saying. You are great, you are a very intelligent and talented. So again, this is Goddess Hecate saying it, knowing your worth. It's knowing you're good enough, you're worthy, and you deserve to be healthy and well. And so it's giving yourself love, believing yourself as well. And then teamwork. So again, this is Goddess Hecate. Getting off an addiction is going to require teamwork. You know, going to a doctor, working with your doctor, working with your therapist, working with other people who've got a similar problem. So it requires teamwork as well. To get off the addiction, you need to work with other people. You need to work with doctors, experts, you know, to help you break that cycle, that chain. You can do, God's Hecate, and you've got the power to do it on your own, but you can't just do it on your own. You need additional help to break the cycle and the chain as well. And then Goddess Hecate has a great love for animals as well. All animals, really, she loves animals. I'm just going to see what messages she has with this deck, the Animal Oracle deck, for you the collective who's struggling with addiction, or if you're watching this, you've got a relative who's struggling with addiction, you can share it with them as well. So the first card I've got here is Parrot, okay? And the message here is listen to your intuition and understand. So it's listening to your inner voice. You get this inner knowing what you should break this addiction, and also listen to people you love. But again, if you've got a relative that's got an addiction, don't shout at them or say anything, because dictating to someone with addiction is not going to be beneficial. But also, if you've got an addiction, making sure that allow yourself to listen to friends and family. But if it does trigger you or you feel it's like dictating to you, then remove yourself, and that's creating strong boundaries there. But it's listen to people you love as well, and take good advice on board. A spiritual heighten your knowledge and wisdom. So with draft energy, again, it's learning, it's growing, because that receiving knowledge is going to help you break free of the addiction, and learning and growing, believing in yourself and standing tall, you know, that is going to help you through this time, is really what Goddess Hecate is saying. And then there's crows and ravens have a deep connection with Goddess Hecate. She's also given the raven, and it's, you know, bring about change. So the raven's about change. So getting off an addiction, it's changing your life. It's getting out of bad habits and getting into good habits. And it's having the desire and the will to change your life for the better as well. And then it's being, with the swan, it's being humble with yourself, being graceful, knowing that we all make mistakes, and mistake is just a lesson in disguise. And it's being kind and gentle and loving with yourself with the swan energy here. And then with squirrels, squirrels are very resourceful. It's find a new way of sources. So with squirrel energy, it's finding like a new way of going about things, because when you've got an addiction, the way you're going about things isn't good, because be it alcohol, drugs, whatever it may be, it's a chain. It's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you mentally stuck, emotionally stuck, and physically stuck. So it's finding new ways of changing your life, new ways of looking at things, a new outlook on life as well. And it's breaking the old thoughts and patterns, writing down what your negative thoughts are and change them into something positive. Listen to positive affirmations as well. So it's, and also going to doctors, therapists. There's a lot of resources out there to help people with addictions, and God is saying, use the resources that are available to you to break free of your addiction as well. Use your power with wisdom. So with the bear, this is God saying, we've all got wisdom, we've all got resources. So it's listen to your inner voice, letting that guide you. And also, you are powerful. You've got the power to change your life, but you've got to be very honest with yourself. Do you want to continue doing this addiction for the rest of your life? Because if you do want to continue doing it, then you're going to continue doing it. But if you want to change, then you have to put the work in, and the artwork as well. So you have to, use the knowledge you've got, use your power, which is, you've got this knowing, the knowing what you need to do to break free of this addiction, and then it's using your internal resources and knowledge to change as well. Be ready to transform with wisdom. So again, with the butterfly, it's about transformation. So when you've got an addiction, your life just keeps getting worse and worse. But if you really want it to change, it's getting ready to change your life. It's about getting ready to change your life with the butterfly. And the changing with wisdom, it's like learning and growing. It's like learning how an addiction, what life's like with an addiction, why you do it, how it affects you. So it's learning what is life without an addiction, and how, what is it like to be clean, to be healthy, and it's changing your life for the better as well. So it's using your inner wisdom, your knowledge to change things for the better. It's really what God is saying here. I'm just going to see if she's got any other messages with the Animal Oracle deck. Great Mother, Friend and Teacher, do you have any other messages to help people who are struggling with addiction? Relax. And so with cat energy, what God's text is given, it's like listen to your intuition and learning to relax, knowing that you are free, because cats are free, but they connect with the heart chakra. So it's knowing that you are free, but when you've got an addiction, it's freeing yourself. So with the cat energy, it's freeing yourself of addiction, because cats symbolize freedom, and it's learning to relax. But you don't. This substance may help you to relax in the time being. But in the long term, it's not beneficial, which is really what God's text is saying. Start, balance, and in your ease. So with panda energy, they symbolize, as these animals are like black and white, and God's text is giving me the yin and yang symbol. It's finding balance in your life, getting into a good routine, creating a good order. that is going to help you break free of addiction as well. Then with monkey energy is experience all life has to offer. So this is Goddess Hecate saying, like, when you've got an addiction, you're not experiencing all life has to offer, because that substance is your master. It's ruling your everyday. You can't just sit and watch the TV without that substance. You can't just read a book, and you can't just sit with friends. That substance affects your life day. I'm also getting day to dawn, so it affects every part of your life, and you're not able to experience. So this is Goddess Hecate saying, if you free yourself from addiction, do the necessary work, and take the necessary actions, you're going to experience the best things what life has to offer as well, with the monkey card as well. Act with focus and open communication. So with sheep energy, it's about being gentle with yourself, being gentle, supportive, being gentle and supportive to yourself, because that's what sheep energy is about, being gentle, supportive, but also talking to mentors and teachers, getting the advice you need to change your life. But also, I feel Goddess Hecate is saying, like, she's shown me, in my mind, she's shown me a crowd of people all together doing the same thing. So the sheep energy is double folded. The positive message of the sheep is to be kind, gentle and supportive to yourself, and to talk to friends and family about your addiction, how it's affecting you, and getting the help, the support you need. But also don't follow the crowd, you know. So it's about letting go of people that have got an addiction and are not willing to change as well, with the sheep energy. Don't follow the herd sort of thing energy as well. So overall, what Goddess Hecate is saying here, what's going to break you free from addiction is learning to love and walking the path of self-love, which is not a destination, it's a long life journey. So learning to love yourself, facing your fears, doing deep shadow work as well, and learning to speak to mentors, going out there and getting the resources you need, looking at life from a new angle, a new perspective, and going to people to get the help, the resources and tools you need, but learning to believe in yourself that you're good enough, and be very honest with yourself about, do you want to change? Because if you do want to change, then you will change, and it's going to take time, practice and hard work as well. And that's really what Goddess Hecate is sort of saying here in this reading with the cards and the energy I'm feeling. So it's really learning to love and accept yourself, not believe in yourself, knowing that you're good enough, being honest with yourself, and having the desire to change your life and get off that addiction, having the desire, the willpower as well. And then with the squirrel energy, which I really just want to leave this reading with, the squirrel energy, like being resourceful. You know what there's resources out there to help you. So that's what God says, it's using the resources. And then with the magician card, you've got all the tools inside of you. So it's using your inner tools, then using your knowledge you've got, and using the resources with you. And I just love this, the squirrel card, because I really feel with this card, that's what God's saying. It's looking at life from a new perspective, a new lens, and getting the tools and resources you need to change your life for the better as well. As always, I hope this helps. And this is just what Goddess Hecate is saying, as I'm channeling her energy and what she's sort of saying through the cards as well. So until next time, stay safe, stay well, walk your spiritual path with pride, and if you're practicing witch like me, stay witchy. And if you've got a family member struggling with addiction and you think this will help them, share this with them. And if you're watching this and you're struggling with addiction, I hope it helps you and brings you some guidance and comfort. Until next time, stay safe and stay well. And I just felt like making this video today because Goddess Hecate, she helps those who are at the crossroads, those who are lost souls. And when you've got an addiction, you sort of are lost soul. Your life's, your life's all over the place. It's hecate-pecate, and Goddess Hecate sort of helps us grow and evolve by encouraging us to let go of what no longer serves us as well. So as always, I hope this helps. Hope it brings some guidance and helps you in your healing journey. Until next time, stay safe, stay well. Blessed be.